This is day 1, and we're looking into the life of Naomi. A story was recorded in the book of Ruth, chapters 1 to 4. Naomi was a boy mom. She had 2 sons. At a point in time in their lives when they were staying in their land, there was famine and they decided to relocate, and she willingly accepted, went with her family to another land. They settled there. But while they were in this foreign land, tragedy struck. She lost her husband. She lost the first boy. She lost the second child. I can't imagine how Naomi felt. She left her home full, and at the end of the day, she felt wasted, empty. Naomi can be any one of us. You don't have to lose a child physically or a husband. You don't have to be a widow. But maybe there are things that the enemy has stolen from you. Maybe it's your joy. Maybe the enemy is threatening you with your children, with your boys. Maybe they've become prodigals. Maybe the enemy is threatening you with one thing or the other concerning your family. Whatever it is, I want you to find hope. Let's see what happens to Naomi. After the loss of her 2 sons and her husband, Naomi decided to go back home to relocate. But you can imagine in our present day and time, let's say for instance a young lady called Tope, and who decided to leave Nigeria and relocate to United Kingdom. You know the expectation that comes with relocation. It's like your life has changed. You've started all over. Things are better for you. And then at the end of the day, you have to relocate back home with nothing. Imagine how people will talk about it. What will social media say? They will tag her and say, oh, why did she have to leave anyway? You can imagine all these emotions that went through the mind of Naomi. But you know what she did? She gathered courage and strength and decided to go back home. So she went with her 2 daughter-in-laws. On the way, she told them to go back. But one of them persisted. That woman was Ruth. Ruth told Naomi, I will go with you. Your God shall be my God. Your people will be my people. And that just struck something in me. Naomi must have been a godly mother-in-law. I know that sometimes it is a very hard pill for us to swallow. A lot of us, we don't want to, associate with our mother-in-laws for one thing or the other. Maybe you feel she's too demanding. Maybe you feel she's just something else. But we can see that Ruth decided to go with a mother-in-law, Naomi. It means that Naomi was a nice woman. It means that she accepted her daughter-in-laws. It means that they saw Jesus in her life for them to want to serve her own God. Eventually, they got back to the land. And Naomi was broken. She was crying. The other moms and the women in the town came to welcome her. And then she said, please do not call me Naomi because God has shamed me. She was bitter. She began to talk trash. She was just sad. And I know these are kind of emotions that we also display when things are not going well in our lives. But don't you think we ought not to do that? Naomi was actually, confessing the negative, saying that she's no more, pleasant, which her name means. She was saying, call me bitterness. Can you imagine that? We all do that. But let me encourage you for the end of the story. Eventually, Ruth settled in with Naomi, and God blessed them through the life of Boaz. Boaz and Ruth got married, and they gave birth to a son called Obed. Do you know that Obed was in the lineage of Jesus Christ? Look at Naomi, who felt she has lost everything, and see how the Lord redoubled. I believe Naomi was one that God talked about when he said in the book of Psalms that when the Lord turned around our captivity, we were like those who dreamt. Naomi must have felt life was over, but look at how God made her a headline. If it was in our present day and time, it would be all over social media. Big girl Naomi bounced back. I want to encourage you. Do not give up. Whatever it is, there is nothing impossible for God. I particularly like this phrase which says, what God cannot do does not exist. I think that, just sums up the life of Naomi. And I hope that you will glean from her life and you will hold on to your faith in Christ Jesus. And I declare into your life that you will bounce back in the name of Jesus. Everything the enemy has stolen from you, you will receive it back in the mighty name of Jesus. The blessings, the joy, your children are coming back to you. Everything you've lost, the Lord will double it and surprise you in a grand way in Jesus' mighty name.